right into the receiving hands of Ratu Nawalowalo. The Kandavu man hails from Tavuki village. Semesa Mbaravilala. Very cool with the boots, but not this time. Tevita Twinavitelevu turns around with it. Good to see the weather holding, so both sides will get to open up their play and display what they couldn't last weekend. It was raining cats and dogs here at the TFL National Stadium. Just checking out the tail of the tape, Nasilu Secondary have never won the Dean's Secondary School since 1939. Lelaina Memorial School, on the other hand, have won it 16 times. So a colossal effort needed here. Baravilala finds his inside center here of Nawalowalo. Now a bit of running space the outside center. Evina Yoko started on the bench in the semi-finals. Mesake and Druma, the vice captain of Lelaina, has no choice but to do the sensible thing and defuse the Nasinu attack. 6 minutes of play, Lelaina leads on the scoreboard, but this is, believe it or not, the first throw-in we'll get in this match. It's running rugby from the beginning, that's more like it. From Yasawa to get his first throw-in. They've been going towards Lemeki Ralango and Naituivau in the front. And this time they go towards Nayo. But trouble bothered from Eduate Rangamate from Lelaina. Ratu Nawalowalo set up one of the tries last weekend to Lelaina, who will this time get a penalty. It's 70-minute rugby here. Fiji Secondary Schools are 5 minutes short of the seniors, but this will run very quickly. Back of the scrum, Kelevine Masi, the vice captain, finds Baravilala, who joins in with the danger man, Navitalai Ratulevu, who's smothered in the defense by Ratu Epeli, Naituivau. And penalty, Rokondrakia once again says, hand inside the ruck, I won't take any of it. Nasinu Secondary School's Wame Tongnivalu, boy would he wish someone else had the kicking boots. But this man who hails from Naweni village in Vaondrove is going to come up once again to the mark. This time it's point blank range with the black dot right in front of him. Same distance as the last time, 0 from 1 from this 19-year-old. He was the deciding man for the semi-final victory over Lomawai last weekend. After Felipe Koroi Ravundi, the winger, scored their only try. Wame Tongnivalu, 8 minutes on the clock, and this leveled the scoreboards. Yes, he does. Now, my initial matchup of the game was between Lelaina Memorial School's Metuisela Talebula in the number 10 jersey up against Nasinu Secondary School's inside center of Navitalai Ratulevu. But looks like it's coming out to the kicking boots of two very capable young players, Nasinu. Miteli Munuale takes himself into traffic. Munuale, short pass to William Tangi. Baravilala, that's Elase, he's outside the 22, so he's going to keep play inside. Nasinu Secondary School is a rugby league school. They've won the Fiji National Rugby League Secondary Schools competition only, not the rugby union. A little bit stepping. He's Baravilala with a bit of space towards the inside. Rokondraki has got the hands up. Munuale, the skipper, is inside, joined in by the hooker Senivalati Nayo. William Tangi. Lock forward. Edward Rangamate goes on the short side, down on the toes. Nayoka is in trouble at the back, but referee is going to call them back. Rokondrikia is summoning number 7 from Nasinu Secondary School. So he's going to call forward Mitieli Ngunuwale, their skipper. Oh, there was number 7 for Lelaina Memorial School. Having a word with Cheromai Tokamalua. Rokondrikia making sure play will remain after last weekend's 6 yellow cards in both semi-finals. Eremondo Elesi. Nasinu Secondary School have a lot to play for here. They've only appeared 4 times in the Dean's final. Their last time was in 1999 and 98. In both times, they lost by 1 point, 21-20 and 10-9 consecutively to Queen Victoria School. And that taste, very bitter taste, still lingers with the ex-scholars who are camping every night beside the cover bowl since Nasinu Secondary School made the Coke Zero Secondary School quarterfinals. Taken down Belba and make it along on Baravilala. Elesi joins in, and here's the big man, Nasinu Secondary School, opening up space. Ravouvou scored 1 try, the only one against Loma Wai last weekend, outside the 22. Not on your feet, referee says, going straight in, taken quickly by Lelaina. Metuisela Talebula, the Wangori Oniata Lau man, takes it quickly. Not 10. Lelaina Memorial School, the Giants from the Eastern Zone. They defeated Queen Victoria to win their Eastern Zone in the final by a one last gasp effort try. It was 7 points to 3 in that final. But what is very, very interesting about this Lelaina Memorial School, they are undefeated in 18 games. They won the under-18 title last year. So this is a team who's very accustomed to winning. The throw-in is snatched away by Nasinu. Ralanga plays in at halfback. Ravilala pops it over. A lot of cover defense here. Talebula. Very smooth, but straight into the hands of Marika Kuroi. Here's Elesi. Commits himself to the short side. Very risky and finds the touch. Nasinu Secondary School come to this game with 2 changes so far. Lemeki Ralango starts off in the number 4 jersey after scoring a try coming off the bench last weekend. And also Marika Kuroi starts in the number 14 jersey. Quick word from Jonathan Lee, Rokondrikia's second assistant referee. And Rokondrikia will take play back. Let's just see what the call is here. He's just confirming with Lee. And a penalty to Nasinu. Lucky for them, and a shoulder charge, says Rokondrikia. Ramondo Elesi, 19-year-old, hails from Tunulua Ondrove. Nayo played very quickly in the semi-finals and quarterfinals. That's been Nasinu's pace of the game. They played very quickly, but a little bit messy as they started off last weekend. Nayo comes in to clean up their own throw-in when it wasn't taken by Ralango. Outside the 10. Ngunuwale to Baravilala couldn't find the mark. Here's Elesi. Gets past 2. He's a tough customer. Ngunuwale, the skipper, short pass to his back rower. Kelevine Masi, he's the captain and vice-captain combi. Ngunuwale again, Baravilala, very cool on the boots. Is that a little bit too wide? And Mesake and Druma, the vice-captain, let it go just almost a little bit too late. Marika Kuroi, the chase was on from Nasinu Secondary. Lelaina Memorial School is coached by Chone Tambakau. He's also a former school of the Ndavui School. Hails from Moani Ravitaki in Kandavu, the 25-year-old. The incentive for him, he also won the under-18 title last year. So he earned the call-up from Principal Isiera Rokoliwa and said, you've done a good job with under-18s, move up to the under-19s. The incentive for Tambakau is that he lost the Dean semi-final to QVS in 2003. Nasinu Secondary School possession has been there so far. Vilame Tangi has got the strap on his head, showing the amount of commitment he had last weekend. Snatched away here by Lelaina Memorial School. Semesa Turangambedi. Talebula fires it on the short side. Time tackle from Nasinu, but they allow Seci and Druma to go. Swarming defense, Lemeki Rolango comes in. And referee's got the long arm up. He says, you're coming in from the side. Taken quickly from the man up front who played fullback last weekend, Metuisela Talebula. Here's Lelaina Memorial School. Watch them go. This is what they did last weekend. Josefa Ravouvou. And out into touch here. Valati Nayo takes it very quickly again, opts for Lemeki Rolango towards the front. The halfback of Mitieli Wanawale, the captain has had no choice but to do the sensible thing. Druma. Short one to his wing. Josefa Ravouvou is space to run. Cleanup crew comes in, is the lanky Ratu saving Nawalowalo on the toes of Druma. And he's gone full out. Oh no, he's just in time. Able to find the mark, but my goodness, the Nasinu defense living up to every single way of the defense that saw them hold Lomawai last weekend. This is the Southern versus the Eastern champions playing here in the final. Nasinu Secondary School hold every hopes of every other zones. There's 7 zones in the secondary schools competition. Eremondo Elesi. Lelaina Memorial School, Susideni Nduva didn't have the best of hands at first. A lot of jerseys on him, gets past many. That's what happens when Maestro Waisile Serevi has been working with Lelaina Memorial School. They've also had the toes. Talebula. Ratu Epeli Naituivau has a bit of space. Nawalowalo and the very quick to the breakdown. Nasinu Secondary School get it, and Tuyono takes the quick tap. Goes by inside, and Nasinu Secondary School! Evina Yoko! He's got a bit of space. Oh, he's loose! Now, who would have thought of that? Evi Nayoko. He started off the season as a substitute coming off the bench, but he's really proven himself. This youngster from Nandronga Ruku level, the 19-year-old. The confirmation yet to come from Rokondrokia and company, but Lelaina Memorial School seem to think they've let one go. But Evina Yoko, my goodness, this Nandronga lad, he led up front against his Kais from Lomawai last weekend, but broke away just a little bit napping on the back cover of Lelaina Memorial School. And Nayoko takes them up 8 points to 3, and another uppercut to Lelaina Memorial School. 2 yellow cards. So it's Nasinu Secondary School's 15 up against Lelaina Memorial School's 13 men. Now, who would ever thought the script was going to turn out this way? So in the Naughty Boys bin goes front rower Semesa Turangambedi, and I think it's the Lucy Sakusan and Druku. And they're going to get to watch from outside as the man with the Fancy boots, Wame Tonganivalu gonna look to add the extras. Keeps it up hanging, it won't count. But the score still will, they're up by 5. And 19 minutes gone up on the clock, but Lelaina Memorial School in discipline. This is what we saw last weekend, coming back to bite them. Nasinui Secondary School. What a start from them. Evina Yoko just unleashing what they're capable of. Last weekend it was a defensive effort that saw them get past in the semi-finals. This week they're mixing it up play. The restart, Talebula. Kelevina Imasi, the vice captain. Sanivalaitinayo leaves it for the Lucy Vilimoni Nassau to play at halfback. Lemiki Ralango fires it on. And Evina Yoko, the try scorer, just a little bit fancy there, but that's the worst you could ever do against a side who's totally favored by the bookies. Nasinui Secondary School is coached by Taniela Vakamode in the forwards, and in the backline is Inosi Seru. But one of the big differences they opt for a short line out is Etuwate Wanga, who's the Fiji Rugby Union Development Officer. Now a bit of space, they got 2 men less, so don't expect too much from their backline. Let's see what they can do. Lelaina, their big man, has no choice but to commit to Vita Tuinaviti level. Nawalowalo burrows inside, make sure they got possession. Talebula with a little bit of shimmy, but they can't run too much, and it's just had to kick in a penalty. Jeremiah Tokomalua, Lelaina's captain, the hooker, hails from Visama Tailevu, taking every opportunity they can, while the playmaker Metuisela Talebula and the front row Semesa Turangambedi just rethink themselves in the naughty boys bin. Tokomalua handing off very important advices. "21 minutes gone so far in this first spell, but Nasinui Secondary School, they are slowly turning the tides here. This penalty definitely will put Lelaina Memorial School, who are down to 13 men. 2 yellow cards 1 minute ago. They've got another 8 more minutes before they're back to 100%. But this penalty will put Lelaina back into this game and breathe some life. And it's gone past the right uprights, and the scores still remain. Eremondo LSC with the 22 dropout, fires it all the way down. Sositheni Nanduva inside. Good time tackle on Baravilala, is beneath it. Gets past one, but is caught short by Ratu Timothy Sovoli of Lelaina. Ilyasa Tuyono. Now they've got the numbers here. Here's the kicking second rower, and a bit of space for Marika Kuroi. The winger out wide, and the flags go up. Two yellow cards so far, and the quick word from Mikia Rokondrokia and his first referee, assistant referee of Choelingio. Out wide you can see from them, but boys then the Vularika side trying all they can as they go for the short line out. Taken down well, but straight into the hands of Robert Biokula. Here's Lelaina. Not a bad touch, and brings them out just outside the 22. Smart play from Lelaine. The only thing that they can do right now is just try and soothe the Nasinu attack. Slow down play, wind down the clock, and hope that the playmaker Talebula and their front rower Turangambedi will come in time. Sanivalati Nayo doesn't throw it in quickly. Mikia Rokondrakia, the referee, calls time, and there's a bit of a tension in the center field. Lelaine Sakusan and Druku, their loose man, is getting attention, but right now it's Nasinu Secondary School. Sanivalati Nayo also, the 19-year-old from Yasawa, getting the attention from St. John Ambulance. But the third loss here for Lelaina Memorial School. One of their players injured on the shoulder, and he's going to go in for a blood bin. Oh, there's the youngster, so it's Lelaine's third man down, but they will get the substitution. I think it was halfback Ratu Nawalowalo, the Tavuki man from Kandavu. And the substitution comes in very quickly. Keponi Paul hails from Totoya Tovu in Lau. Nayo with a throw in. 24 minutes gone up on the clock. Still Nasinu Secondary. They go towards the front and make it Rolango. Snatched by his opposite number, Edward Rongamati. Pick and drive here, Lelaine, just outside the 22. The one-hander. There's Tunaviti Levu. Smart play. They know they've got another 4 more minutes to hold before they're back to 100%. This is exactly the same way that Nasinu Secondary was tested last weekend by Lomawai. And there was no space the western side could go through. Ratu Sedu Nawalowalo of Lelaine, and how's that for the defensive effort? It's back again, Nasinu Secondary School, exactly where they left off last weekend. 10 minutes gone up on the clock. And they've had a bit of rethink. Mikia Rokondrakia heading off for quick advice to the two from Lelaine's yellow bin. And now it's 15 against 15 once again. Sanivalati Nayo. The jumper has gone up quickly from the back. But the assistant referee, Jonathan Lee, just making sure everyone's in the front. Rolango takes it down well. The throw is not straight. And scrum down to Lelaine. And it just may have come at the best time. Lelaina Memorial School, 13 men down. Instead of conceding any points, in turn took 3 points from a penalty. Actually, that penalty had actually missed, but the kickable opportunity was there. But that's the experience of a very experienced side here, Lelaina Memorial School. Scrum feed in, the first one for Sikeli Votonisinga. Pass backwards, Ngunuwale, the captain is had to clean it up and dives outside the 22. Now the forwards get to work for Lelaine. They inch closer into the Nasinu's pocket. But there you go once again, Edward Rongamati and company. Lemeki Rolango of Nasinu Secondary School, containing Lelaina Memorial School's forward. Ratu Sedu Nawalowalo, Lelaina Memorial School's halfback was hoping to give out the right instruction but went in the opposite direction, and they've run into their own men once again. Third time lucky in Nasinu Secondary School's defense hold up. 27 minutes on my time, and it's the very much underdogs still up ahead by 5 on the scoreboard. Mega scrum from Lelaina Memorial School, and Rokondrakia will reset the scrum. In these kind of situations, and the Nasinu Secondary School's best chances in the scrum is just to hold it. Feed in Munuwale. Taken quickly. The vice captain Naimasi takes it into the mud. Sanivaleti Nayo comes in at halfback. There is the first receiver, willing hands of William Etangi. Hands it off now, a bit of space. Wame Tongrivalu joins in, but it's loose. Munuwale. Elesi. Fires it towards the back. Now here's the man back from his 10 minutes in the bean. Metuisela Talebula. He kicked 2 conversions, a penalty, and scored a try last weekend against Ratu Navula. What can he do this time apart from a yellow card? Pick and drive. Now this is Lelaina Memorial School at their best. There's the man that I was talking about that will lead at the tip of the spear for Lelaina Memorial School. Now this stretcher, Tokamalua, the vice captain. Lelaina Memorial School, Epeli, Naituivau joins in also, and they're taken almost into touch. And wow, there's that defensive weapon again from Ratu, from Nasinu Secondary School rather. They've turned it right over. And Lelaina Memorial School totally puzzled at what's happening here. Now, if there's one school that Nasinu Secondary School may have learned from, it would have been their southern school, and that was Murray's Brothers High School. They came this close to defeating Lelaina Memorial School, and that was in the quarterfinals. 19 points to 13, Lelaina just managed to escape Murray's Brothers High School. Feed in Nasinu. Munuwale, the skipper. Rokondrakia just looking for the ball here. And Nasinu Secondary School, Lemeki Ralango is inside the traffic. But it's snatched away here by the reigning champions. Ratu said in Nawalowalo, the halfback. Now the pick and drive. Questions were being asked about Nasinu Secondary School's defense, and they had the answers so far. They had it in the semi-finals. They've had it so far in the final. Third phase, and Lelaina Memorial School trying to burrow Edward Drongamate in the number 4 jersey, but he's held short. He can taste the chalk from here. Lomawai Secondary School brought in their entire backline last weekend. 15 men taking against the forwards, and they get the try. Now the try scorer definitely will be the man who gets the most high fives. Now we can't confirm him right now, but it's definitely leveled up here, and we've got a game ball. Talebula to add the extras from the side, and there's the flags count. Lelaina Memorial School 10, Nasinu Secondary School 8. You never see the Vui level flags or hear the conch shell throughout the year until the Coke Zero Deans Secondary School's finals. You don't see it during athletics, you don't see it during the rugby league or soccer, but this is their time, and boy are they loving it so far. Semesambara Vilala with the restart. Was giving it off to his fullback, Eramondo Elesi will get the kickoff. Solid hands from Druma, and that's gone on the side of his boots, and he knows it. Into the final 3 minutes of this first stanza. Nasinu Secondary School have allowed this game to go into exactly what people are expecting it to be. They've opened up their play. So as Lelaina, Nayoko goes to the fronts quickly. That was Nayo rather. Lelaina, they fire it out. Good hands, Koroi Ravundi. Elesi. Good hands from Chusai Visei. Runs it himself, pops it towards the inside. And they're hard back at it. Good option. The chase is on here. Sosideni Nanduva. Oh, what gas from this man. Straight into the wrong hands. He's followed it up Elesi. But he's smashed down by Edward Rangamate and out into touch. Knock forward, says Rokan Drokia. Wow, you can see Mikia Rokondrokia's white teeth from here. He's pretty much enjoying this. Just as I am, just as everybody here is. Jonathan Lee comes into the field of play. Lelaina Memorial School, they've had 2 yellow cards so far. Nasinu Secondary School's Eliasa Tuyono. There's the front row in the number 3 jersey. He's had a bit of chat with the St. John Ambulance. Rokondrokia is telling him, take a break, son. You have so much more coming up for you. Don't commit too much, and that's a good advice for these youngsters. So Tuyono should have a substitution very soon. But this will be the last piece of play, and watch Lelaina Memorial School. The same thing exactly they did last weekend as Tuyono goes back out for a quick break and onto the field of play. Vilimoni Sivaro in the number 16 jersey. Sivaro hails from Toka Toka Talebula, the 19-year-old, and takes his place fittingly in the front row. There they come face to face, boys to men I would call it. A minute and a half to go in this first 35. Mitieli Ngunuwale. Another big surge here. Elesi moves in at first receiver. Ravouvou. Finds Druma, the vice captain. Was a little bit casual than that, but he found the wrong person. That was Navitalai Ratulevu. Scored 2 great tries against Ratu Sukuna Memorial School in the Southern Zone final. Nasinu, broken play, but Wametongnivalu cleans it up. Ngunuwale, the skipper. A lot of slow hands. Baravilala takes it outside the 22. Ngunuwale once again. Baravilala puts it down on the toe. Not a bad option, but coming to the back to clean it up. Having no choice was Sosideni Nanduva. Sanivalati Nayo will have the last say in the last throw in the first spell. Time's up on my clock, and still the difference is 2 points to Lelaina. And a saving dive from Mitieli Ngunuwale and Nasinu's skipper, putting his body on the line yet once again. Fires it off his Baravilala. Joins in with Ratulevu. A little bit fancy pass. Evina Yoko, the try scorer, who shocked Lelaina in the first moments of this first stanza. The siren sounds, but no one wants this first half to stop. Counter. Lelaina, Edward Rangamate does the sensible thing. He says, fellas, let's take a break. We're the reigning champions. We lead by 2, but let's go and rethink our strategy, because so far, Nasinu are proving very hard to take down. Eight. Welcome back. Welcome back. Expect nothing less than the best. This is the Coke Zero Deans Secondary Schools Under 19 final. One try apiece. The only thing that separates these two sides is a conversion from Metuisela Talebula, the man who hails from Wengori Oniata in Lau. And now the second 35. It's all on referees Mikia Rokondrakia's time now. Talebula with a restart. Solid hands there from Vilimoni Nassau. Hands it off to his second roller, Mickey Relango. Mitele Ngunuwale, the skipper, finds Baravilala, who does that a lot on the side of the boots. And that's been his signature play throughout the 3 months of play in the Coke Zero Secondary Schools competition. His opposite number, Ratu said Nawalowalo. They've had a substitution. Sekove Serukalo is on the field of playing the number 21 jersey for Lelaine. Ngunuwale, the skipper. Stepping past one, this lanky runner, Lemiki Relango. Oh, he has dangerous time, but he gets past one, borrowing Armando Elisio. And not the best of hands also from Filipe Correira-Vundi, the winger from Nuku Serua. Yet to settle in, he scored a fabulous try, a runaway one against Lomawai last weekend. Splashed in the mud, and he said, Nasinu Secondary School, we're heading into our 5th Secondary Schools Danes final. Ratu Sedu Nawalowalo to feed in here for Lelaine. Another big push, and the back row, Ratu Timothy Sovoli comes away with it. And the back line is left it back, Serupepeli Naituivau. Left it for Nasinu. Rokondraki has got the hands up. And the knock-on scrum feed to Nasinu. Nasinu Secondary School so far diffusing a much favored attack from Lelaine, who seem to be having most things going against them. They've had 2 yellow cards, 1 sin bin in the first 35 minutes alone. Nasinu Secondary School, on the other hand, holding the defense up well. That's the reason why they trail by 2. And there's the signature scrummaging from Lelaina Memorial School, who have worked with Maestro Waisale Serevi and former ex-scholar Sayesi Fuli over the past weekend. The instructions from Ratu Sedi Nawalowalo, hails from Tavuki in Kandavu, but they've knocked it on. Lelaina Memorial School, they lost their under 18 chances in the just moments before this. RKS thrashed their under 18 side 22 points to 6. So Nasinu Secondary School definitely reading a lot in that, and they trail by only 2. Mitieli Ngunuwale and the Sinu skipper to feed in, and they need to do it quickly. They need to tunnel it quickly, but coming from the back, Kelevine Masi. Smart play from Metuisela Talebula. Skills, but he's taken out in the air by the back row, Kelevine Masi. Here's the Sinu Secondary School, so close was Naituivau. And this is dangerous times for Nasinu Secondary School. There was trouble. And Mikia Rokondrakia will not need any word from his second assistant referee, Lee, but in turn he'll just make it very quickly and dish off the yellow card to Nasinu Secondary School, who this time are chopped down to one man less, and that's the back row, Kelevine Masi, the vice captain. Now Lelaina Memorial School are up to 100%. Nasinu, now they'll have to defend the next 10 minutes with all of their might. Lelaina did it quite well when they were down to 13 men in the first spell. Jeremiah Tokamalua, the captain. Goes towards the back, but it drops in the hands of Chusai Visei. He'll take it, and so will their inside center Epeli Naituivau. Pick and drive now, Lelaina Memorial School. But this is where they don't want to match up Nasinu Secondaries. The defense, short pass inside of the top to Ravouvou. Down on the toes, that was a risky gamble. And it's cleaned out by Eramondo Elesi. Lelaina Memorial School, that reminds me, that move right there was exactly what Murray's brothers did to them in the quarterfinals. They had one man out wide, but instead they put it down on the boots and they scored the try. It worked for Murray's Brothers High School, but not this time for Lelaina. Drop out here from the Sinu Secondaries. They've had awesome support from their ex-scholars. That was Elesi. Ex-scholars have been paying for a lot of things, such as their food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You name it, the ex-scholars were there for him. Vilimoni Nassau. Gone towards the backs is referee. Nayo cleans it up. Robin Biakula moves in at halfback. Semesambara Vilala. He's had a penalty in the first half. Now Lelaina, here's a big running Edward Rangamate. Puts it down on the right, and good hands, clean from Felipe Correira-Vundi. Now the reply on the big man, the substituted man who scored Lelaina's first try in the first stanza. There is the big Keponi ball, hails from Totoya in Lau. Now the pick and drive, Nasinu Secondary School. Will they hurt here with one man less, and will it make a difference? Knock forward. That's the Nazak defense. They call them Nazak in short. Nasinu's fullback, Eramondo Elesi, the Kanakana Tunulo, the Undrove youngster, gets back into the field of play after feeling brushed by Lelaina and taken very quickly back into the field. Elesi. A lot of hang time. Lelaina's Sosideni Nanduva couldn't get it. Down on the 10. On the short side, taken very quickly. Not a bad option, but was there pushing here from Lelaina Memorial School? Referee says yes, and they'll award the penalty. Taken quickly, Eramondo Elesio. That was the outside center, Evina Yoko, who scored the try in the first spell. And in turn, they've shot themselves on the leg. That was a chance, a good one at it. And there's the gesture from the 34-year-old referee, and he says he didn't tap it. If Nasinu Secondary School wins here, they'll become only the 4th other southern school to win the Dean's Final. Lelaina. Naituivau has a bit of space. There was Semesa Mbaravilala. His opposite number of Metuisela Talebula took a hit. Nasinu. That's on the side of the boot, but still it'll count a bit of breathing space for them. The Kinoya school holds the hopes of many southern schools. Suva Grammar was the last school in 2001 to win the Dean's Trophy, and there she sits. That was when Suva Grammar defeated Ratu Kandavolevu School in Singatoka. I still remember that beautiful day. But before that, it was way back in 1986. Later Day Saint, believe it or not, LDS won the Dean's Trophy. It's picked up here. A backhand pass beautifully from Lelaina Memorial School. Josiah Visei taken short. Nasinu Secondary School, double movement, and they'll go back, taken backwards. And wow, once again, the Nasinu defense hold. Timely substitutions coming in from Lelaina Memorial School, number 22 jersey. Serupepeli Vularika, hails from Nangarani Rewa, comes in at halfback. Replaces Ratu Nawalowalo. Expect more changes, tactical one at that to come pouring in from Lelaina Memorial School. That's how they wore down Ratu Navula, 22 points to 8 last weekend. Scrum feed in here, that shouldn't be a problem. It's the defensive efforts at the back of the scrum, but the big man. Ratu Timothy Sovoli get the pass off. Now the pick and drive. Lelaina saying, you may have held Lomawai last weekend, but we're going to take you head on. Down right in front of the sticks. Ratu Sedu Nawalowalo, the halfback, is in there. Often Druma. Now they join in the numbers. Short pass! Simple to Joseph Ravouvou, and he gets the try. 11 minutes up on the clock. And the lead stretch their lead 15 points to 8. There's the try scorer. Not really wanting to celebrate it. Right attitude hails from Mavua in Nandronga. Seven-point the margin now, and the extras here will mean Nasinu Secondary School will need to work double time, overtime, triple time. Metuisela Talebula. Kick, 2 conversions and a penalty. Scored a try also last weekend. A lot of hang time, this will count. Beautiful. Lelaina 17, Nasinu 8. Minutes gone up on the clock, and Nasinu's Eramondo Elesi comes up for the restart. Both teams have had 3 yellow cards shared amongst them, but it's been an excellent rugby finale so far. Volleyball skills from Lelaina, but it's gone in the opposite direction. Nasinu Secondary School need to hit back straight away. They need a reply, a sort of a sign to just show Lelaine that they're still in this game. Otherwise, then the Vularika Brigade will continue to blow their conch shells here. Druma comes in at first receiver. Powerful boots. Marika Koroi hesitated a bit, but Lacey gets it and he scored short by Naituivau. Marika Koroi. There's the Lucy playing it at a halfback rope. Referee saying it's loose, play it. And Lelaine very quick on the counter. They Semesa Turangambedi and company. The front row is working tirelessly here. Yes, the ball is loose in the back row of Nasinu's Lelaina Memorial came up quickly. Lelaine, they've got numbers to use. One more out wide. And the wing runs, so does the Lucy. Here's to side Visei and out into touch. Oh, the ball is loose. Knocked on, so close. Knocked on right there. Josiah Visei of Lelaina Memorial School. His name also tells us where he hails from Visei Vunda in Ba. But his winger, Ravouvou, unselfishly gave him the last pass off. But Visei felt the very committed defense as Lelaine continued to bring in the exchanges. Solomone Andrekana, the Nandrao man from Navosa, comes in the number 17 jersey. So far, it's only Lelaina Memorial School with the exchanges. Scrum down. Nasinu on the counter once again, Lelaine. And referees got the arm up. They will reset and Nasinu get to reload once again. 16 minutes gone up on the clock and still the margin is 9 points. Fifth substitution for Nasinu Secondary. Number 21 in the field of play, Chone Tuyono from Lao, the 17-year-old. One of the youngest in this lineup. Expect him to return next year while others won't. He substituted back row Kelevina Imasi, the vice captain from Nasinu. They need to muscle up the front, especially with Lelaine pushing as all their might. Another big strong push here, but referees got the short arm up. And the engaging in the scrum is not right. Eramondo Elesi. Good whirling kick. And Ravouvou takes it quickly. Finds Ratu Epeli Naituivau. Talebula. Comes out on Nasinu's side. Miteli Munuale. Sends it towards the back one again. Good hands from the winger who broke out the last time. Ravouvou saw something towards the back. Are they the smallest man of the field, but playing like a man, doing well enough to hold position, Nayo. Quiptak Wame. Alessi. Firing it out wide. Bit of space here for Evi Nayoko, the try scorer for Nasinu. Baravilala. Time tackles as Chone Tuyono does well to keep the possession. But he has trouble, and this time it's towards Lelaine. They will get their third yellow card. And once again, they will have to play with another man less. 18 minutes gone up on the clock. And here's the man who's going to allow Nasinu to get back into this game. Lelaine's back row, Ratu Timothy Sauveli, Sauvoli. The Mnambukalevu Kandavu man is on the Naughty Boys bench. Nayo. Wanting to take it quickly. Have an option of Lemeki Ralango in the number 4 jersey for Nasinu in the front. Played off the bench last weekend. But he's done well to earn the first spot. There's Ralango towards the front, intercepted by Josiah Visei. Comes away, here's Lelaine, Ratu Epeli Naituivau. Bounce is cruel here for Felipe Correiravundi. Seci fires it all the way down. That's his opposite number. Oh, here's the big running man. The commitment is chosen the wrong opponent, though, in Felipe Koroit Ravundi. Lelaina's front row of Semesa to Rangambedi looked like a runaway train. "19 minutes gone up on the clock, and Lelaina will have another exchange. The burly Isia Rokosuka, who started off in second row in the number 18 jersey, coming off the bench this time. And he exchanged Lemeki Relango. Nayo. They go towards the back, intercepted and slammed down by Lelaina. They fire it away, get past Druma. Down on the toes, Talebula and Seci. And that's gone full out. The first mistake I've seen from Nasinu Secondary School, apart from the yellow card. Nasinu needs to stay in this game, mind, body and soul. Otherwise, Lelaina Memorial School will slowly wear them down. Exactly the way they did against Ratu last weekend. Bear in mind that this is a side that is undefeated in 18 matches since 2008. So they don't know how to lose. Or do they? Throw is not the best, and Nasinu will get the short arm from a referee, Rokondrakia. Quick tape, Tonganivalu. There's the new halfback, Paula Ramiri, but they're not releasing. And that's indiscipline. Nasinu Secondary School kicking the ball away when they should not have done so, and this is trouble for them. They must never ever cause trouble here. They must choose their battles, especially against Rokondrakia, a referee who's been known to keep his calm, but he won't be able to if he has to. And Lelaina Memorial School opt for the penalty. 21 minutes on the clock. 17 points to 8. 2 tries to 1. Nasinu Secondary School scored first to Evina Yoko. Lelaina replied from substitute halfback Keponi Paul and Joseva Ravouvou, the winger. Penalty and conversion to Metuisela Talebula. Now this youngster here also played age grade rugby league, schooled in Drasa Secondary School in Lautoka before Lelaina Memorial School snatched him for that very reason. 22 minutes on the clock. And it's Lelaina 20, Nasinu 8. .12 the margin, 2 converted tries plus is what Nasinu needs to reply with. Otherwise, Nosori is gonna be a noisy town tonight. The restart. Good hands from the substitute Solomone Andrikana. Takes it himself outside the 22. Vularika fires it in. There's a Hail Mary pass. But Talebula is there on time. And he's dropped it just outside the black dot, and not the best of hands from Sikeli Votonesinga. But that was a risky one from Talebula. He's shown right there that he's only human, the youngster from Moingori Oniata. But Talebula has been eyed by the Lautoka Rugby Union. He featured in the DGCL Cup for the Lautoka under-23s. Played the kicking duties when they played in the development division against Suva here 1 month ago. But Lautoka Rugby Union, the word inside is that they're looking to have Talebula play it playmaker when they challenge for the Sullivan Fairbrother Trophy. Crossfield kick, and what a massive one from Druma, the vice captain. Drops into the willing hands of Felipe Koroit Ravundi. He takes on 2. Evina Yoko comes in to clean up and help out. The back row, Kelevine Masi, hands it up to Ratu Levu, who's had a quiet game so far. Vangi. Now they stretch it, a bit of numbers here. Relango. Nasino borrow inside the Lelaine 22. Munuwale. A bit of numbers, but Nasino is flat-footed. That's Ratu. That's what I expected of him, because I saw that in the Eastern Zone, Southern Zone final, rather. Change of direction here from Bravillala. Not a bad option. Tonganivalu, he's also in trouble. Evina Yoko moves in. That's Ramirimiri at halfback. Short passes playing it safe. Ramirimiri once again. Baravilala. Ratulevu. Here's Nayoko. The last pass off. Corre Ravundi. Couldn't keep it. Scrappy play. And Lelaine this time turned the defensive play in their direction. 25 minutes gone on the clock and 10 more minutes remain for Lelaina Memorial School to claim the Coke Zero Dean's Trophy for the 17th time since 1938. 1939, when Stanley Dean donated the trophy to Fiji Secondary School's Rugby Union. Talebula just nurses that one out of trouble. And what a bounce and what a clearance from that youngster. Lautoka Rugby Union will be watching this young man very closely from Waingori Oneata in Lau. And definitely, Lautoka Rugby won't be the only ones. Nayo. Quickly towards the front to Ralango. Baravilala. Crossfield kick. Oh, straight into a little bit of running hands, and Lelaina Memorial School over the 10. Talebula. They commit the big man to Rangambedi. Outside the 22, Nasinu in trouble. And referees got the long arm up. Playing advantage. Penalty. Rokondrakia says a high tackle. Jeremiah Tokamalua, Lelaine's skipper, keeping it very simple, playing his cards towards his chest, and very smart rugby from them. They're taking any kickable opportunity. They already lead by 12 on the scoreboard with 9 more minutes remaining. This would pretty much put this game out of reach for Nasinu Secondary School, who are in the Coke Zero Dean's final for the 5th time in history. Talebula. No problem. That's his 8th point of the game, and the Lelaina Memorial School pull away, opening up a 15-point margin. Lelaine 23, Nasinu 8. The floodgates opening up slowly here, and the difference is slowly appearing for these two sides. Isaiah Kudube fires it up. The chase, and Chone Seveti allowed it to go. Cleaned up for the back on forward. Now picked up here by and a runaway here from Lelaina Memorial School. Sikova Serikolo right on the black dot. And that's their 4th try. Points to 8, and here's the final over. The timely substitutions from Lelaine's coach of Chonia Tambakau, working in every direction that they'd hoped for. Nasinu Secondary School, they go behind the uprights again, almost becoming a familiar sight for them in this final. 2 penalties and a conversion so far to Metuisela Talebula. His 10th point, his 3rd penalty. and Lelaine 30, Nasinu 8. Now the substitutions continue to pour into the field of play in the number 25 jersey, Eloni Ndavelevu. Also in number 23 is Aisia Kuduve. Also in is in number 16, Setareki Rangili. Lelaine sending everyone in except their school principal. Six more minutes remaining and you can hear the conch shell louder than ever. Out into touch, with a try-saving act from Josiah Visei. Tried to save that one, but it's not gonna count. Nasinu Secondary School, they've had great preparations coming up here. Their pathway here hasn't been easy for the Kinoya School side. They caused the first upset in the Coke Zero Danes Secondary School's quarterfinals. They upset Ratu Level School 25 points to 22. Then they've had to hold their own against Lomawai 8 points to 5. Now with the extra surge from Lelaine, they've already bagged their 17th title over the 50. Knock forward, still Nasinu showing a bit of life in their play. But this Kinoya school can pat themselves on the back when they return as men to Kinoya in Nasinu. They've shown that they can play the big boys game just like Suva Grammar, just like Murray's Brothers High School. Clock winding down and 5 more minutes remaining. Knock forward still. And Nasinu get another feed in. Feed in Nasinu. Unuwale. Another big push here from Lelaina Memorial. Bravilala. Still playing with all the confidence they have. Nayoko who scored the first try on the 10. Elesi. Gifting possession to Lelaine. Druma from the back of it. Hands it off to their substitutes, who's just a little bit too excited. And referee says it's knocked on. Clock winding down, 3 more minutes remaining. And Nasinu Secondary School is gonna have to wait another 69 more years to try out for the Coke Zero Danes under 19 title. This is their 5th appearance since the trophy came here in 1938. So the Southern Giants will have to wait again from underneath it. There's Paulo Ramirimiri stabbing it down. The cleanup crew is there. Mesake and Druma, the vice captain for Lelaine.